Welcome once again to a space in which we can feel and listen deeply to the harmonics of true reality, the armonías of life, which are really en armonía, because in the same way there are enharmonic tones that are similar but different, each one of us expresses life in a unique way when we open ourselves to the flow of life. But in order to do that, we must be connected. We must establish a communication with the whole cosmos, because we are not separate. So today we are going to do a meditation. I prefer to call it Kosmo communication, because we are communicating with our internal cosmos, so we can establish a conscious connection with the whole cosmos, which came from a single origin, the primordial vibration. And before going to this Kosmo communication, let's understand that since primordial times, the whole cosmos has been seen as a wholeness with 12 aspects, which come from a single source, the seed. We see them in the 12 fruits of the tree of lives, the 12 semitones in an octave, the 12 phases of the dodecahedron, which is a symbol of the cosmos, the order universe, and of course the 12 nerves in the brain, which are connected to the 12 nerves in the solar plexus. So we see these 12 aspects are always related to connections, establishing a relationship with everything. And communications are interrupted as long as there are obstacles, tensions. And this is what we experience on many levels: physical, emotional, mental. So we must go step by step, dissolving every tension, starting with the body. We can understand that in the octave there are 12 semitones, so there are also 12 semitones of consciousness. And we can gain awareness of the body by seeing a correlation between the 12 physiological systems and the 12 aspects of the tree of lives, the 12 fruits. I investigated this deeply in order to find out if there is a correlation, and there is actually a very surprising correlation. Many have tried to discover a correlation between the Sephirotic tree with 10 spheres and aspects of the body, but in my opinion are quite incomplete. So I wrote an article trying to give a more comprehensive view of those 12 physiological systems and their relation with the tree of lives. I leave it in the blog, The Music of Wisdom, and probably some other webs. And for now, let's just go into the Kosmo communication, keeping in mind just a few spheres, the first 5 or so. The wholeness contains all spheres. And keeping in mind all 12 aspects come from a single one, we must realize that there is also one in the 12 aspects that has the main purpose, the finality. And we call this the telos, finality, also ratzon in Hebrew. And I tried to find out which is the organ in the body that expresses this finality. Realize that probably this is related to what physiologists call the fascia, which is an organ that goes from the head to the feet, because it establishes a connection of all tissues, linking the nervous system with the vascular system, with the muscular system, and the skeletal system. So to me, that's the finality, establishing a connection, a relation with everything. And this is expressed in the body. Now, in order to perceive this connection, we must come to the so-called common sense, which is a sense that includes all senses, not just the five senses, but deeper senses. And in order to approach this cosmo communication with our body and the whole cosmos, let's simply adopt a stable position with the back straight so that the information, the light travels without obstruction. Let's just rest in a comfortable position. We can breathe deeply a few times to release tensions, preferably through the nose. And now we close our eyes, and without losing the awareness of this breath, gentle breath, we feel the top of the head as if someone was pouring down a drop of warm oil, anointing us with consciousness, because oil is a symbol of consciousness. And we become more and more aware, releasing tensions in the face, in the neck. We feel the shoulders and let them rest. We feel the arms more and more relaxed. We include the sensations in the back, relaxing all possible contractions. Feel the sensation of the body in contact with the chair, the abdomen. Release the tensions in this area, which tends to contract very often. Let's feel the chest, the legs, the feet in contact with the floor, including all sounds. Now we include deeper perceptions of our breath. The air goes in and goes out. And let's focus as well on the spaces of rest at the end of the in-breath and out-breath. The more relaxed we are, the more these spaces expand. They become longer and longer. And let's let the breath go towards the belly without becoming too deep, allowing the body breathe naturally, without tensions. And we realize that the body absorbs the light from the earth, which goes into the cells of the body, and we expel carbon dioxide. We come to realize that the blood is also filled with energy, vitality. The blood runs up and down, nurturing all tissues and organs with minerals, vitamins, oxygen, nitric oxide, which expands and relaxes the blood vessels. And this flow of life helps us have a strong immune system as well, not only in the body, but also emotionally and mentally. We are not affected by any preoccupations, any insults, any problems that we may have. We are now completely protected, aware of the cosmos, which is aware of ourselves as well. Now our nervous system is also harmonized. Our intuitive right brain is united to the logic left brain. We have intuition, but we can discern and understand. The middle brain is also pacified. There are no agitated emotions. We feel serene and calm. So the reptilian motor brain is also relaxed. It's not sending signals to fight or running away from anything. So these three brains are unified now. We are in a state of conscious rapport with all the cells of our body, including everything in a common sense. Therefore now we can communicate consciously with any part of the body, trigger healing processes by commanding, as well as communicating with the mind of the cosmos, which is being expressed through us. We are a cell of the whole cosmos. And our deep being is a neuron in the divine mind. And now, without losing the common sense, the sensation of the body, the breath, the mind, body, and emotions harmonize. Let's open the eyes and feel that we are in a state of stability, increased awareness, which is actually our natural state, but we lose it because we get identified with distractions. We lose our self-awareness, our beingness. And this is just because we have been conditioned to respond mechanically. We have not been educated to behave consciously, to live consciously of our connection. So we lost our inborn ability to communicate with the body and the whole cosmos, which comes from a primordial origin, the Holy One, which is being expressed through us now, through many aspects of the universe, expressing always the unconditional, inclusive love, where non-artificial life grows, increasing levels of consciousness towards the integrated conscience where there is infinite serenity. And those are the qualities that we must remember in order to remain focused in what we have to do, protected against the aggressions of this mad society, which is full of negative influences in the media, in people who lose themselves, and many other dark forces that try to pull us down to lower states of vibration. We must remember who we are and what we are doing. As long as we remain being what we really are, a cell in the cosmos, then we have all help, because there is no separation, no tension in the communication. And now, as I said, I leave an article in the blog, the Music of Wisdom. And until the next day, let's keep feeling this connection, Kosmo communication, which obviously cannot be maintained during the whole day, but there can be moments during the day to establish those conscious connections. We should at least dedicate one moment on the morning or the afternoon, but we lose energy, so it's difficult to maintain that level of attention. So let's focus on specific moments and go little by little, step by step. And until the next day, blessings.